Hello everyone, and welcome to the stunning conclusion of, I guess it must be, the battle for the Gulf of Aden. I don't really know what to call this battle. We're racing back to Ethiopia to head off the Himyarites at the pass, as it were. We're attacking these 3 ships. I wouldn't fight this battle otherwise, because it's so small and inconsequential. Well, I suppose it's actually quite consequential. The consequence being our entire kingdom can be taken over by the Himyarites. But what I mean to say is, I've never fought a naval battle in Attila with transport ships. So we'll see how it plays out. Apparently we have a really good chance of winning. I don't know. But then, again, these are 3 military ships, and then we've just got ships full of military people, I guess. But anyway, I suppose we'll jump right in, and I shall see you guys on the battle map. Let's check out our terrain. Oh, look at that. Open water. Huh. Who'da thunk? Okay, so for some fucking reason, my ships that have guerrilla deployment are able to utilize that skill on sea. I don't really know. I think we are actually going to be at a really severe advantage, actually, for this battle, because we have 3 units of archers, which all have flame arrows. We should take a moment to just look at our transport ships. They are not too fucking shabby. Look at this. We got, like, these big pieces of wood here and some other wood. We've got a big hut made of wood, also topped by small crates built of wood, with some wooden masts and some wooden sails. Wood fiber. These must be cotton or something. But anyway, we've got 3 units of Afar swordsmen at the front, and they are going to board these units. For example, these slingers are not going to stand a chance. There's 35 of them, and they're going to get totally wrecked by the 100 or so men I have in my fleets. We're going to board 2 of these ships with our ships, and then we're going to bring in our cav, and they're going to finish it off. But my archers are going to do the most damage here. They're going to try to light some of these ships on fire, for example. We'll probably just go after this slinger ship. Look at this. Oh. I was going to say, it looks as if these ships have some sort of rams, whereas mine don't. Okay, but anyway, we're fucking jumping on, and we are going to wreck these guys. Look at this. Tally-ho, lads! Please leap on board. We've got 200 men versus like 40. Why don't we fight all naval battles with men of the land? Because obviously they are superior. Okay, well, our archers are not doing so hot. Neither are our swordsmen. I suppose they probably suffer some form of, like, seasick. Oh, yes. There it is. Seasickness. Just absolutely getting dominated by much smaller numbers. Look at this. We've got, like, literally 200 men trying to put down 30 men, but they're getting... Well, they're not doing too bad. It's actually this one unit that is getting absolutely rocked by these heavy corsairs because they're just seasick as all hell, apparently. Our cavalry is going to try to save the day eventually, but my archers need to stop and fucking set fire to some of these ships. Apparently we cannot do it. We've got 300 men firing at, say, this heavy corsair ship, for example. We may as well set this on fire. That will cause them some issues. Our 60 men might not live to see the end of this. Okay, well, we may as well board... No, let's not board with Eon. We'll board with some regular old desert spears to see how they do, and some desert raiders. We'll get our Afar cavalry, our Afar camels, I suppose, to help with the... Look at that, we've lost. Who are we attacking right now is my question. We're firing into the rears of these Afar... Or what the hell are these? The heavy corsairs. We're firing into the rears of these heavy corsairs and actually lighting my own ship on fire in the process. And for some reason, we are unable to light any of these ships on fire. Even with all of our with our huge, numerous numbers of arrows. We're unable to do it. Looks like these heavy corsairs have gotten away. My Afar swordsmen not doing so hot against... oh, I see. The heavy corsairs are the general... What in the fuck is going on? Okay, so we've got 40 men on this ship, and they've just... Why are they dying, is my question. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so we've got 2 units of Afar swordsmen now free to do as we please. We are being boarded by these heavy corsairs, and like I said, we are unable to light anything on fire. Could not tell you why. Huge amounts of arrows going in and nothing coming out. But we're gonna sick some of our... Okay, we're gonna grab absolutely everything we have, and we're gonna send it to board these heavy corsairs. You guys ever watch... there's a Korean movie called The Admiral. Something Tides, and I watched it recently. Apparently, it's just a huge movie in Korea about the Japanese invasion of Korea, and this is basically the movie. It's like a million Japanese ships facing off against 12 Korean ships, and the flagship gets surrounded on all sides, much like this. Okay, so we've set some ship on fire. I could not tell you which. My own ship, potentially. I don't know, but it looks like the enemy general is beginning to flee because we're doing some casualties, causing some casualties, and we're going to board them in the rear with... Stop. Just stop. Who is fleeing? I don't know. Anyway, we lost quite a few men in that battle due to seasickness. I totally forgot about seasickness, actually. But anyway, we've won the battle, and we've crushed the fleet of Himyar. So, we can now sail towards oh, shit. We completely lost a unit of Afar Raiders, or whatever those camel guys are called, which, to be honest, I'm not too upset by, because I find camels to be pretty useless. Anyway, we're just going to take on the warriors. We may as well. Look at that. We couldn't even kill... what's his nuts? Ilyafa. We couldn't do it. We could not do it, but at the very least we can now sail towards Adulis in the hopes that we will beat the Himyarites there, but of course we won't. Can we perhaps sail into a... No, I was hoping we could reinforce, but that is not going to be the case. So it looks like we're going to arrive late to the party, and we're going to have to reconquer Adulis from the marauding Himyarites next turn, although we do have a... force level, what would you call it? Yeah, our force has gained a level. Let's go with that. It's traditions. There you go. That is the actual wording. Our integrity is doing okay. We're gaining 3. We're at a max of 65 next turn. Okay, we can put a few points into Persian marksmanship, which will give us some missile attack range, but also ammunition. Or we could go into occupation force, which will increase integrity when in foreign territory. That's not too bad at all. But we can... Okay, well that wouldn't be too bad either. Border defenders, border guards. Looks like self-sufficiency would be pretty strong just due to the upkeep reduction. None of these are too extreme right now. I suppose we should go with... We'll go with Persian marksmanship. As well as occupation force. We may as well do missile attack range. That's a pretty powerful force modifier, actually, because now every single missile unit we have will outrange enemy missile units. Very, very good for, say, like, javelins. Can you imagine your javelins throwing 10%, 20% farther than they usually do? I can, because it is now a reality. Okay, we don't need Overseer. Maybe Infantry Commander would be good. Or Desert Power. Oh, we could increase reinforcement range. Ah, that's interesting. In addition, we can... Oh, shit, this is actually pretty good as well. Commander-in-Chief, which will increase campaign movement range. We'll do that. Our Authority is doing quite well. Zeal is... still fairly neutral. No effect from Zeal. And I think that's about it. That's all we can do with our small, tiny little family. So we may as well just end our turn right about now. Well, as I predicted, the Himyarites have sailed into the port of Adulis, and they are now attacking the town. Again, I would not usually fight this small of a battle. Well, actually I would usually. When I'm defending towns, I usually manually fight the battle because I can inflict far more casualties than the auto-resolve would let on. Just due to towers and whatnot. We also have 2 units of cav that we can probably mess with. We've got a skirmisher unit, rather, that we might be able to screw with these ships in the port with, so we may as well hop in, see what damage we can do, and hopefully we will do enough damage that it will ease Eon Bisi Anaaph's landing and retaking of Adulis. Here we go. Well, unfortunately for us, there's very little defense as far as sea invasions go for Adulis. The only thing is, there's only a few spots that the enemy can land here, so they're going to be forced to land one at a time here, or go all the way around and land here, and I've got a single stupid ship here. I don't know why I put it in here when really it should be out and about, maybe fighting one of these ships or something. And there's no towers or anything, so what's going to happen is these guys are going to land. They're going to basically capture our command point without much of a fight. I was really hoping that I could force them into like a choke point where they would have to deal with arrows to the rear or something, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So they're now landing a huge amount of ships, 4 or 5, and they're all going to just charge for the center of the town, and we don't really have anything. Oh shit. Except for these camel warriors right here that we can very easily take out, I suppose, and we will do. See, they're already taking fire from our towers, and we are engaging with our cavalry. So at the very least, we can take out their small amounts of cavalry. I was hoping that we could encourage them to, you know, try to come up this slope here so that we might be able to get them into the arrow fire. What I will do, I think, is draw them into the arrow fire with my skirmisher cav and just try to cause as many casualties as we can. Unfortunately, my desert raiders are not doing so hot against these camel warriors. They're beginning to take some casualties already. But if we can draw some spear units into this fire from these towers, that would be a good start. We can break that one unit, try to head these guys off at the pass here. Unfortunately, they are going to go the smart way as there are no towers on this side, so it's the safe bet. There we are. Okay, so we can begin to skirmish with some of these units. For example, we can try to pull these spears away. Our desert spears don't have a shield wall in any capacity, so they're probably not going to hold too well against, say, some of these spears. And we've driven our horses, our cavalry, straight into a trap. Basically, I want to draw these spears out. See, there they go. They're following us now. We might be able to force them out of their little shell here. Here we go. We've driven off these desert spears, and we're just going to keep them occupied, I suppose. Okay, now they're attacking our barricades for some odd fucking reason. But there we go. Now these desert spears are receiving fire from my towers. We can cause some casualties there. Basically, any damage I can do, I will do as best as I can. Looks like these slingers are taking the best of their abilities and slinging right into the uncovered guts of my spearmen, basically. If I could get my desert raiders in there, that would be great. Looks like these desert spears are coming around the flank, so we're going to try to maybe run down these desert bowmen, potentially. We may as well try. Our raiders, unfortunately, are going to get headed off at the pass there by these Baltha warriors. I don't know what the hell they are. We've charged into these archers here. Boom. Very soon these legionary defectors are going to join, so we're going to fuck off. But we did just destroy a whole desert bowman unit, basically. We took a few casualties in the process, unfortunately. But it looks like some of these spear units are beginning to take casualties. Very nice. What can we do with our Desert Raider? Not a lot, except for charge into the rears of these axe units. Okay, so it looks like we're being charged by some infantry in the center there, but now we can charge freely into the flanks of those missile units. I don't know what the fuck these guys are doing. They've ran to the very extremes of our town for some unknown reason. And here we go. We can, at the very least, damage the some of these units. There we go. We've charged into these Baltha warriors for very little effect. Our skirmishers are taking out their hurlers, maybe their bowmen. Can we charge again into those Baltha warriors? Maybe we could cause enough casualties there. As I keep saying, anything to cause casualties is great. So we've already caused 300 deaths, essentially. Not enough. Usually, you can cause... Okay, we're taking a huge amount of casualties from these skirmishers, unfortunately. Maybe we can form up, like so, and charge. My Desert Raiders are not doing so hot against those Baltha warriors. Neither are my Desert Spears against these mercenary, legionary defectors. They're not doing so hot at all. We'll charge these guys. Whatever. Maybe I'll just do some cycle charges between these two units. I don't know. They've got a lot of missile units, actually, now that I look. Okay, so we're going to charge into these missile units as well. I don't know. Our cavalry is not doing as well as I'd hoped, but at the very least we can, as I say, cause a huge amount of casualties. So 400 men dead. The fact that we are not able to utilize our towers really is a bummer. Like, when I was playing my campaign as the Eastern Roman Empire, whenever the Huns or Ostrogoths or anyone would attack my towns, I was able to cause huge amounts of casualties and hold off just like insurmountable odds, really, with towers and comitatensis spears or whatever the hell. But it looks like we might be surrounded here by infantry, unfortunately. So it might be the end of my Desert Raiders. Oh, shit. Can we get 500 men? Yes. I would very much like to take out the majority of their missile units, if possible. Unfortunately, these legionary defectors have caught my raiders, and that's it. They've dispersed, basically. Well, it was worth a shot anyway. Who'd have thunk that a sea battle would be so devastating? Oh my god, there we go. That's it. That is the capture of Adulis by the Himyarites. They did lose like a lot of men, though. Nearly 600. Nearly 600 men to take out 3 units and capture a small little town. So there's only 800 of them left. Eon Bisi Anaaph is going to arrive this following turn, and hopefully they will not have demolished anything. Oh, I completely forgot about my my hurlers. So we're going to try to kill maybe some Desert Spears or whoever the hell we can. Okay, we're taking actually a huge amount of fire ammunition, and for some reason, these land units cannot cause any casualties. I don't know. Very odd. Can't cause any casualties, and they can't cause any fire damage. I don't know what that's about. But we may as well sling down some of their bowmen if we can. There we go. But we are out of ammunition, and we're going to concede defeat. There we go. Oh, that's unfortunate. So we lost 250 men from our garrison, but we managed to kill 550 of the enemy, and we damaged a huge amount of their missile wing. So, as I say, Eon Bisi Anaaph will have an easy time sailing in, recapturing Himyar, and sailing right the fuck back to Udaman when the time comes. Oh. I see. The Himyarites, instead of capturing Adulis, decided to raid it by sea, and they've yet again fled into the Red Sea. And now Eon Bisi Anaaph is kind of in this weird limbo. Is he going to return to Udaman? Is he going to sail back to Adulis and console the widows of his fallen troops and the children that have lost fathers? Is he going to maybe torture someone, just like a beggar or some poor asshole? Probably, because Eon Bisi Anaaph is a bit of a freaky bastard, as we've oh. Okay. So, yes, Adulis of Ethiopia has been sacked. Very nice. We have a matter of state as well. We'll look at that pretty soon. And look at this. The Molten Waves have... Well, they've revolted, and they've created their own faction, the Himyarite separatists, and then they've sailed directly into the port of Adulis for some ungodly reason I could not tell you. Can we perhaps... well, they're not at war with us. Maybe we can get a non-aggression pact. Yep. Great. Can we get a military alliance? No, apparently not. Will they pay us? No. Anyway, hopefully they won't attack us anyway. That's definitely a start. So we can get Eon Bisi here. We're going to sail to Adulis just to keep public order whilst the place recovers. We're going to have to repair everything immediately. Unfortunately, we are not as broke as I thought, actually. We've got 6,700 gold coins. I don't know how we've managed this. Okay, but we've got a food shortage in Ethiopia because our camel herd has been damaged. And we may as well repair this as well, and also we'll repair everything in Adulis. Gumshoe, our priest in Udaman, has gained a level, and that means that we can give him... Oh, look at this. He's boring, which means he's lost authority, so we will restore it by putting a point into spiritual leadership, and we can also put a point into distract, I would say. There we are. And now, Udaman... Oh, this... not looking good. Udaman is losing 15 public order per turn now because the rebels have left. So we'll have to sail back within 6 to 7 turns, apparently. Although we are converting Udaman at a blistering pace. About 6% per turn. Yegads. That's not bad at all. So we might see that public order issue disappear fairly soon. Okay, so we're having a bit of a fleet issue right now. So I think what we'll have to do is recruit some ships that I disbanded. And I would like artillery ships because they're pretty damned effective, but it might be more effective to get these galleys. We've got one already. We'll get another and an artillery ship. There we are. And then we can sail and defend the Red Sea whilst Eon Bisi Anaaph does his thing. For some oh, I see. He's still at port. Let's land. There we go. We're not going to see any new camel raiders anytime soon, I don't think. They're gone for good, unfortunately. And I think the next thing we need to do is attend to this matter of state. We've got Gurgaz here, and he is a mercenary commander. And he is seeking an audience. We may as well... we'll ask for a discount. There we are. So hopefully we'll get a discount on mercenaries. Not that we're going to use them anytime soon because we're broke as hell. But you never know. It might come in handy. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to end this episode right here. We have beaten off the Molten Waves and turned them rebel, basically. And now Ilyafa has crowned himself king by putting on a cool-ass mask, much like the king of Himyar, who is not Hassan, apparently. He's probably somewhere in Zafar. I don't really know. I don't have a spy or anything. But we will get to that at a later point in time. For now, I'm going to end the episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. and I shall see you guys with episode 7 of our Axum campaign.